Stop everything you are doing right now and open WhatsApp, because the most important security feature this app has ever released is sitting in your settings at this exact moment. And the overwhelming majority of people using WhatsApp have absolutely no idea it exists. On January 27th, 2026, WhatsApp officially announced a feature called Strict Account Settings. And if you have not enabled it yet, you are leaving your phone, your messages, your photos, your calls, and your most personal information exposed to a category of cyber attacks so sophisticated that it can completely compromise your device without you tapping a single link, opening a single message, or doing anything wrong whatsoever. These attacks are real. They have been documented by security researchers. They have been used against journalists, activists, lawyers, executives, and ordinary people in countries around the world. WhatsApp built strict account settings specifically to block them. It is free, it is available right now, and enabling it takes less than 30 seconds. Read every word of this before you do anything else, because by the end, you will understand exactly what this feature does, exactly why you need it, exactly how to turn it on, and exactly what additional steps will make your WhatsApp account as secure as it can possibly be. Let me explain what kind of threat this feature was built to stop, because most people have never heard of zero-click exploits, and that lack of awareness is precisely what makes them so devastating. A standard cyber attack requires you to do something. Click a link, open an attachment, download a file, respond to a message. The entire security advice industry is built around teaching people not to do these things with suspicious content from unknown sources. Zero-click exploits are fundamentally different and far more dangerous because they require you to do absolutely nothing at all. A zero-click attack works by sending malicious content to your phone through a messaging app, content that the app processes automatically in the background, without you ever opening it or interacting with it in any way. A specially crafted image file sent to your WhatsApp, a manipulated link preview generated when someone sends you a URL, a corrupted audio or video attachment that your phone begins processing the moment it arrives in your inbox. Any of these can be weaponized by sophisticated attackers to gain complete access to your device without leaving any visible trace that anything happened at all. You receive a message, you never open it, you never touch it. Your phone has already been compromised, and the attacker is already reading your messages, accessing your photos, listening through your microphone, and tracking your location. This is not theoretical. Security researchers at organizations, including Citizen Lab, have documented zero-click attacks being used to install advanced spyware on the phones of journalists, lawyers, and human rights workers across multiple countries. The attack works silently, and the victim never knows. It occurred until investigators examined the device forensically weeks or months later. Strict account settings was designed from the ground up specifically to close the doors that zero-click attacks use to enter your device through WhatsApp. When you enable it, several protective measures activate simultaneously that together dramatically reduce your exposure to these attacks in ways that nothing else in WhatsApp's existing settings could achieve alone. The feature automatically blocks all media and attachments sent by people who are not saved in your contacts. This means that any image, video, audio file, or document sent to you by an unknown number is blocked before WhatsApp processes it on your device. Since zero-click attacks frequently use manipulated media files as their primary delivery mechanism, blocking unknown sender media before it ever gets processed eliminates one of the most commonly exploited attack vectors completely. The feature also silences calls from people not in your contacts list, which prevents another documented category of zero-click attack that has been used to compromise devices through WhatsApp's voice and video calling system without the target ever answering. Additionally, strict account settings disables link previews, the small preview cards that appear automatically when someone sends you a URL showing the title and image from the linked web page. Generating these previews requires your device to fetch data from external servers, a process that can be exploited by attackers who control those servers to deliver malicious content to your phone. Disabling link previews removes this exposure entirely. Finally, the feature simultaneously locks your privacy settings to the most restrictive available options across your entire account, ensuring that your profile photo, your status updates, your last seen timestamp, and your location information are not visible to unknown contacts who might be gathering intelligence about you before attempting a targeted attack. Reuters confirmed this feature's announcement on January 27, 2026, describing it as WhatsApp's high security mode designed specifically to protect users from sophisticated cyber attacks. TechCrunch reported on the same date that WhatsApp is rolling out stricter protective features accessible through settings, privacy, advanced, and then strict account settings. WhatsApp's own official blog post and Meta's formal announcement both document the feature in detail. This is not a rumor. This is not a viral social media claim. This is a confirmed, officially announced, extensively documented security feature from one of the most widely used communication platforms in human history, built in direct and deliberate response to real documented attacks that have compromised real people's devices and destroyed real people's privacy, safety, and security. The feature is rolling out gradually across devices and regions, which means it may already be available in your WhatsApp right now, even if you receive no notification about it. Here's exactly how to check and enable it in 30 seconds or less. Open WhatsApp on your phone. On Android, tap the three dots in the upper right corner of the screen. On iPhone, tap Settings in the lower right corner. Once in Settings, tap Privacy. Scroll down through the Privacy menu until you see the option labeled Advanced. Tap Advanced. Inside the Advanced Settings section, you will see Strict Account Settings listed with a brief description. Tap it to open the feature settings. Read the explanation of what it enables. Tap the button to turn it on and confirm your choice when prompted. That is the entire process from start to finish. If you open your advanced privacy settings and do not yet see strict account settings, the gradual rollout has not reached your account yet. Check back in a few days because it will arrive, and the moment it does, you should enable it without delay. The question most people ask after learning about this feature is whether it will significantly change their day-to-day WhatsApp experience and whether the trade-off is worth making. Here is the honest and complete answer. Blocking media from unknown senders means that if someone who is not saved in your contacts sends you a photo, video, or document, you will not see it automatically appear in your chat. You will see a notification indicating that media was blocked from the sender. You can choose to allow media from that specific person if you decide they are legitimate and trustworthy, and that choice applies to future messages from them as well. Silencing calls from non-contacts means that if someone not in your address book calls you through WhatsApp, your phone will not ring audibly. You will still see the missed call notification in the app and can call back if appropriate. Disabling link previews means that when someone sends you a URL, you will see the link as text but not the preview card showing the destination page's title, image, and description. These are genuine functional changes to how WhatsApp behaves. For the overwhelming majority of users, they represent a minor and quickly adapted to adjustment in daily experience. Compared to the protection they provide against zero-click exploits and sophisticated surveillance software, they represent one of the most favorable security trade-offs available on any consumer communication platform today. The people who should prioritize this feature most urgently are those who communicate sensitive information through WhatsApp on a regular basis. Journalists who use WhatsApp to communicate with sources and contacts, lawyers discussing confidential client matters through the app, business executives handling commercially sensitive negotiations and information, activists and advocates working on issues that might make them targets in any political environment, healthcare workers communicating about patient information, anyone involved in ongoing legal proceedings or investigations, anyone who has ever had reason to believe they might be monitored or targeted by a sophisticated adversary, whether governmental, corporate, or personal. The Pegasus spyware system developed by the NSO Group, which is one of the most extensively analyzed commercial surveillance tools ever documented by independent security researchers, was delivered to target devices through zero-click attacks against WhatsApp and other major messaging platforms. The people whose devices were compromised included journalists working for major international outlets, lawyers representing clients in politically sensitive cases, and human rights workers operating in multiple countries across several continents. Strict account settings directly and specifically addresses the attack surface that tools like Pegasus exploit to gain entry to target devices. There is one critically important clarification you must understand before sharing this information with anyone in your network. There is no deadline for enabling strict account settings. You may have already seen messages circulating through social media platforms or being forwarded through WhatsApp itself, claiming that you must enable this feature before a specific cutoff date, most commonly cited as June 15th, or face serious consequences, including account suspension, loss of functionality, or dramatically increased vulnerability to attack. Every one of these deadline claims is completely fabricated and has no basis in anything WhatsApp or Meta has announced. WhatsApp has made no such announcement at any time. The feature is entirely optional and will remain entirely optional with no consequences of any kind attached to the choice not to enable it. The fake deadline was invented by people creating viral alert content designed to generate rapid sharing and high engagement through manufactured urgency rather than through genuine information value. Real security features from legitimate technology companies do not arrive with countdown timers threatening negative consequences if you fail to act before an arbitrary date. When you encounter deadline language attached to a technology security alert, that language is almost always a fabrication intended to make you share before you have time to verify. The feature itself is completely real and genuinely protective. The deadline is a complete invention. Enable strict account settings because it makes your account meaningfully more secure, not because a fabricated countdown is pressuring you into action. Beyond strict account settings itself, there are 4 additional WhatsApp security measures that every user should verify and complete right now while their settings are already open. First, go to Settings, Account, Two-Step Verification, and confirm it is enabled. If it is not, enable it now and create a 6-digit PIN that will be required periodically when using WhatsApp and when registering your number on a new device. This single step prevents your WhatsApp account from being transferred to another device without your authorization. Second, go to Settings, Privacy, and ensure your last seen, profile photo, about information, and status are all set to My Contacts or Nobody rather than Everyone. Limiting who can view your profile details reduces the intelligence available to anyone attempting to target you. Third, go to Settings, Account, and check which devices are currently linked to your WhatsApp account under Linked Devices. If you see any device listed that you do not recognize or no longer use, tap it and remove it immediately. Fourth, review your phone's notification permissions and remove notification access from any app that does not have a clear and obvious functional reason to read your notifications, since notification access on a messaging platform can mean access to the preview text of your incoming private messages. WhatsApp has 2 billion active users worldwide. The vast majority will never face a sophisticated zero-click exploit or a targeted spyware campaign. But the feature that protects against these threats is free, takes 30 seconds to enable, requires no technical knowledge to use, and makes your account genuinely and meaningfully more secure against the most advanced attacks that independent security researchers have documented being deployed against real people in the real world. Enable strict account settings today using the exact steps provided above. Confirm your two-step verification is active. Review your privacy settings and linked devices. And share this information with the people in your life who use WhatsApp, because most of them have never heard of this feature, have no awareness that zero-click exploits exist, and are running their accounts on default settings that leave them more exposed than they need to be when a 30-second change could meaningfully protect them